Right. Let's wait for these players to ready up here. We'll see. Here we go. Deadbones ready now. ClassicMetal a little bit shaky in yesterday's performances, but we'll see if he can take a couple games off of Deadbones. Here we go into army selection. Deadbones going to be green Quartermaster. ClassicMetal going to be blue Bellafide.
So Deadbones is immediately going to take those toads, and that's a very good bet against ClassicMetal, who's played basically nothing but lizards in all his matches. But he has decided to take squirrels this time. Deadbones also taking the fox, which he is very good with, and good pick this patch.
A nice steady standard with the meta build here. ClassicMetal going for snakes. We'll see what he picks for his last 3 units. An owl. That will be devastating.
Wolf.
Yeah, and wolf.
We've seen actually a couple of people take these double tier 3 in the quarterfinals actually, but no one played them a single time. Games seem to go very much into tier 2, not so much into tier 3. And when tier 3s come out, they seem a bit too late sometimes.
Yeah, we'll see. Here we go into game 1 of the Deadbones ClassicMetal semifinals matchup. It's going to be a best of 5 here. Here we go. We're waiting for a little bit of a disconnect here.
Oh, really? Okay.
There we go.
I'm at 10 seconds, so just speed up a little bit.
There you go.
So here we go. Game 1, ClassicMetal to the south end of the map in the blue. Deadbones to the east in the green. Deadbones got a nice high ground base, while ClassicMetal has a nice little base in a little corner here. Interesting. What do you think of this map, Captain?
A weird open map here. No water going on at all. There's that expansion in the middle that both players could fight over. It'll be very hard to defend, but most of the action is going to be who can get out to the northwest of the map. Who's going to be able to control those big open spaces while protecting their main base. Here we go. ClassicMetal, though, going for 4 or 5 farm squirrels. He knows that they're close. Let's go ahead and turn on Commander Vision so you can see what each player is seeing on their screen.
Interestingly enough, that high ground near ClassicMetal's base is accessible. So perhaps that could be used by Deadbones later on when he can siege that base. Take out those pigs from relative safety. Yeah. ClassicMetal only has high ground vision in his tier 3, so it would be a little bit of trouble getting up there. There's a little ramp right near his base, but it might pose some trouble.
Yeah, that fox could dance around. Actually, it could dance around the entirety of ClassicMetal's base on the outside and exit that ramp in the north. So a little bit dangerous. 2 warrens of lizards coming out for Deadbones right now. 2 warrens of squirrels also out for ClassicMetal. Deadbones on 8 farms.
Deadbones taking the pigeons as well. He hasn't built them yet, but I think it's nice taking the pigeons in this patch. It gives you nice high ground vision you need early on, and the healing's really good, especially in the early fights. So I think that's going to do well this game.
That'll help against.
Also building the toads. ClassicMetal's built 2 warrens of toads also. Probably just from spotting those lizards coming out from Deadbones. He's building a lot of lizards, going up to 9, and he's bringing them in right now.
Yeah, those
he's
toads
just scouting around.
Toads are going to do a lot of damage as long as they come out in time. 2 are out right now. The 3rd one's about to pop out. Looks like Deadbones lost his small window of opportunity there, but those toads, of course, do exploding AoE damage, area of effect. As long as they're kept in front, they can absolutely wreck any lizards that come towards them, because lizards have very small range. They need to get in close. It leaves them vulnerable to toads.
Deadbones chose a very nice time to get that windmill, actually, as well. Right before this fight is coming up.
Alright, there we go. Exploding toads on both sides, but looks like Deadbones toads did a little bit more. There we go. Those lizards absolutely obliterating the squirrel army, and that other toad from ClassicMetal just barely doing a lot of damage, almost taking them out. Not quite. Deadbones forced to flee a little bit. Get back to his own territory, heal up a little bit.
That was questionable from ClassicMetal. He let a couple of those toads detonate on the warren. He does now finish off the warren, but I think it was a little bit of a misplay, wasting it, and it wasn't hitting the lizards, which obviously he'd prefer.
ClassicMetal losing his commander, losing control of his army a little bit. There's still toads running around, and Deadbones just lost a lot of lizards in that hit. He's going to have to back off a little bit. ClassicMetal's snake is out now. The second one hasn't started building yet. Deadbones is getting pigeons out, though, which is going to negate a lot of that snake poison.
That is very important right here. He's got them just in time. And his army appears to be on low health a lot of the time, so it's going to be really valuable for him.
All right, there we go. All the toads are down now for ClassicMetal. Deadbones toads coming in. A few toads from ClassicMetal coming in, but it looks like Deadbones, with those pigeons, is going to come out a little bit ahead. Just a few more lizards. There you can see the army graph there. Deadbones slightly ahead in terms of army value, but very rough and dirty fight there.
Deadbones got some good micro going on, actually. He left a couple of his toads there fighting the enemy toad, so he avoided having his lizards blow up. I'm going to assume that was intentional and say that was a very good micro.
Something that's so reminiscent of Deadbones' previous play. Look at this. He's got his expansion up in the north. He's already got 2 farms on it, and he's ahead in terms of army value. That's very Deadbones. You think you're ahead. You think you're doing pretty well. There we go. Deadbones in the middle of the base, sneaking out of that expansion. There are a lot of lizards dying, and one of them being picked off by that snake poison. What do you think about that play?
That was a good opportunity. He saw that ClassicMetal has brought his units out into the field and kind of away, but he lost a lot there. He lost a lot of his lizards. I don't really know if it was worth it there at all. He only got 1 pig from that.
Alright, you can see those pigeons healing up all the units that have been damaged by that snake poison, so not going to get taken down by that 1 damage per second over 30 seconds. But here we go, ClassicMetal's going to see if he can pull out that northern expansion here, but Deadbones responding with the faster lizards. It's going to take out ClassicMetal's entire main. There we go, an expansion is down, which means that Deadbones just lost 2 farming farms. Let's see, Deadbones is just going to leave these units there.
Deadbones can get to the expansion a lot faster than ClassicMetal can.
Here we go.
Base race isn't going to go well for ClassicMetal here.
ClassicMetal has to chew his way through a lot of units. The toads exploding a little bit prematurely, not doing any damage to the main base, and there we go. Deadbones taking game 1 in a base race. GG.
Wow, yeah, GG. It didn't seem like ClassicMetal was very sure on how he wanted to approach that game, honestly. He went in for some aggressive plays with the squirrels, and they didn't really pay off too well. He got some good pressure, but then going for that base race was... it didn't go well. It didn't go well at all.
I think it really just came down to where the bases were placed for each player. I think ClassicMetal had enough DPS to get down, but hitting that wall of Warrens in front of Deadbones' base, combined with having to run all the way from the north to the east, it just meant that Deadbones had the advantage in that situation.
Yeah, he also let a lot of his units get stuck on those Warrens. Like the squirrels and the snakes were stuck hitting the Warrens for a while instead of just channeling them straight to the main windmill. I don't know if it would have made much of a difference, though, just from the distance.
Alright, Deadbones trading out his lizards for squirrels in this matchup, and also trading out the machine gun turret for mine. That's an interesting choice there.
Very interesting.
ClassicMetal ditching the wolf for now for skunks, although Deadbones does have pigeons, so those skunks with their AoE damage aren't going to do as much as they could. Here he goes.
Okay.
Grab that wolf.
So going into game 2. ClassicMetal to the south under the map versus his opponent, Deadbones to the north. And Deadbones has a nice set of bases near him. He's got one on same high ground as him, and then one just a little bit away on the low ground. ClassicMetal's got some nice nearby bases too.
Yeah, nice expansions.
And there's a road going up and down this map as well.
Nice expansions for both players. Looks like that base in the middle on the high ground there, right next to the road, is going to be crucial to who controls this map. This means you have a staging area for the rest of the map, plus that high ground vision advantage.
I think we'll definitely see that come into play this game if it goes on a little bit longer. I'm curious as to why ClassicMetal is going for all these tier 3s when he tends to like going for these aggressive plays. I think he'd do better taking more Oh, look at him! He's going for Mole Rush!
Alright, there we go. ClassicMetal. 3 moles down so far. Deadbones has thrown down a mine in the front of his base, and he's built another mine as well. Here we go. The moles are out, though. Deadbones' first warren isn't even finished building yet. He's going to be able to take on at least 1 pig, but I hope he doesn't. He's going to back away there. So failed mole rush from ClassicMetal. Deadbones on 5 farms, even after losing 1. ClassicMetal still on 4, so a lot of food sunk into that. It just didn't pay off.
No, that wasn't exactly a good place to be doing it either. He was on the same high ground that Deadbones was, so Deadbones could easily see them being placed.
It didn't even seem like those... I mean, the mines, I guess, did a little bit. But it was mostly just having that many pigs all grouped up. Deadbones already had, what, 7 farms already built.
Yeah.
So that amount of
all
DPS.
Of the ones that were relevant, the ones that could actually attack. So, yeah, it was questionable play at best. Those mines helped out a little bit because they did a bit of damage to both of the moles, and who knows how much damage ClassicMetal could have done if that damage hadn't been dealt. Probably not much more, but it's worth thinking about.
All right. Well, in any case,
now going up to the 8 farms on his windmill and 2 lizard warrens. Deadbones definitely ahead though.
Yeah, Deadbones sneak it up in terms of army value, and you can see the difference in economy right now. Both players at the 8 farms now, but see how far ahead Deadbones was for about 30 seconds to a minute of this game, which can be a big difference when each match is only about 7 minutes long.
ClassicMetal bring out his toads. Both players going with the 2 toad warrens fairly early. But Deadbones has those squirrels, which should give him a bit of an advantage. Maybe he can pick off some of those toads before they come in. And now he's approaching ClassicMetal's base here.
Right, there we go. Lizards out in front, getting taken out by the toads from Deadbones. Great micro from Deadbones, and the squirrels are left there. One more squirrel coming in to reinforce. And the toad gets taken down before it's able to explode. The second one does go off, taking out 1 squirrel and half health of all the other ones. But these squirrels are getting a lot of value right now. They're able to take out a lot of units. You can see all the units that died in that area. So definitely a victory for Deadbones.
Yeah, Deadbones got a great play there, putting on good pressure, taking out those warrens, getting a lot of value out of his squirrels there.
I think it was ClassicMetal's units just kind of
playing the catch-up game now.
Yeah, he was already playing it. And now he's going to have an even harder time. Here we go, Deadbones in, coming in with another round. All 6 toads this time are out, holding those toads until the lizards come, and there we go. All the lizards from ClassicMetal again taken out, and the squirrels left in the background. And Deadbones is going to take game 2 of this semifinals, best of 5.
That was just devastating for ClassicMetal. He has no way of dealing with Deadbones' toad plays, really. Deadbones is doing great with these toads. The micro was exactly what he needed. All he needed to do really was hold back those toads and wait for ClassicMetal to try and swoop in with the lizards, and then just take them out. And it was really that simple, and they can just take the base. The lizards really aren't going to be working for ClassicMetal if Deadbones keeps playing this way.
We'll see. A couple times yesterday in ClassicMetal versus CJ, ClassicMetal did have his lizards positioned a little bit better. He wrapped them around the toads one time. Now we'll see if he can do a little bit better with microing his units around against these toads in this last matchup. Remember, if ClassicMetal loses this next game, Deadbones will advance into the grand finals to see if he can defend his title as September Showdown champion in this November knockout. Deadbones going for the same build.
ClassicMetal should be able to take at least one game off Deadbones. It's classic grudge match. He's gotta prove his worth. He's gonna be taking skunks again. Has the games even gone to tier 2 yet? I don't think they have.
No, he had snakes out in game 1.
Yeah, snakes in game 1, yeah.
But Deadbones had the pigeons out to counter the snake's poison over time.
So it'll be interesting to see what ClassicMetal goes for this time. He's going with the squirrel toad. Lizard toad not working out for him at all. That first game he was going pretty well with the pressure. He was putting a lot of pressure on Deadbones. Deadbones did have that expansion up, but still his main was under a lot of stress. But then he decided to go for the base race, so maybe there's some merit in that, and he can go for a similar build and playstyle to what he did for game 1.
Alright, ClassicMetal going for that machine gun turret this time. Hasn't chosen any tier 3 units, but that would be the logical choice next. Maybe another tier 2 and a tier 3, or 2 tier 3s like he's done before, if he can have that game go long enough for the tier 3s to come into play. Here we go. Mines and Fox is going to be his final choice here.
Okay. Going to game 3 of ClassicMetal versus Deadbones. We have ClassicMetal to the northeast end of the map in blue, Deadbones to the west end of the map in the green. And if Deadbones takes this, he will be the grand finalist for November knockout. And looking at the map, ClassicMetal has a very nice high ground base. Should be easy enough to defend, and he has a lot of nearby expansions too. expansions are very close to each other. Deadbones is going to have to encroach on ClassicMetal's zone of control to get an expansion up, unless he goes for the southern one, which I wouldn't doubt. What do you think, Lemap, Captain?
Definitely that southern base is right for a Deadbones play, taking that base early on and having it never be scouted, unless ClassicMetal keeps checking that base over and over again, because he knows what Deadbones does. That base might go undetected. Here we go, both players at 7 farms right now, having them built. There we go, 7 farm into squirrels for both players. Very standard mirror builds.
Deadbones is going to keep dotting around these landmines every once in a while, so he's got one on the high ground there. ClassicMetal sees it building, so it shouldn't be any surprise. It covers that high ground so that Deadbones doesn't really have to worry too much about it. He can see it coming pretty easily. Yeah. And he's also going to put on that bit of high ground too, near that expansion.
ClassicMetal perhaps falling back to something that he's very comfortable with. Got those squirrels out again. He has been using lizards for pretty much this whole tournament, but he's only got 1 game left to play with, so we'll see if those squirrels make all the difference in this matchup. Yeah,
but he's going to have to do something that's going to counter what Deadbones is doing, and Deadbones is playing very well with his micro here. So lizards wouldn't work against Deadbones' Toad micro. He's going to have to go with the squirrel plays. I'm surprised he didn't go for a mole and try and go for some sort of squirrel mole push, as he did like to do, I think, once in a while. But nope, he's just going to go with 2 squirrels, Toad Warren, and a Skunk Warren. Early Skunk. That's what he was doing in the quarterfinals as well. So maybe he likes this. Maybe he's going to do well with it. Let's see. He's going to be good against these squirrels.
Deadbones has those pigeons coming out. The first one has just popped out right now. So unfortunately, Deadbones with a good counter to squirrels in pigeons. Or to skunks in pigeons.
Skunks, yeah. Maybe with the squirrel support from ClassicMetal, he'll be able to deal with this well, though. Alright, it looks like Deadbones is going to be pushing out a little bit, extending his pressure. Or no, he's going to pull back out. Okay, interesting. I thought he would take some middle groundedness, stop ClassicMetal from expanding.
These toads from ClassicMetal are going to be very important in this first engagement against Deadbones. If those toads can go down quickly enough to prevent the pigeons from healing up any of the squirrels from Deadbones, that might make all the difference. But if the toads kind of get taken out very quickly, or if one of them connects and not any of the others, those pigeons are going to heal up that damage very quickly.
Ooh. And Deadbones has gone for 2 Warrens of Falcons. That's going to be very good against these skunks.
And that's
He's going to have to protect his squirrels very, very much.
And this is now getting stacked in Deadbones' favor. Those Falcons, of course, can't be damaged by that skunk fog on the ground, and Deadbones has pigeons to heal up any units are on the ground that are getting hit by that skunk fog. But ClassicMetal going for the fox.
Ooh, and it's hidden in this base that Deadbones hasn't scouted. I don't think he scouted this. It's eastern base. He's got some farms on it already, so he's ahead of Deadbones. Deadbones has gone for these mines right outside of his base, so maybe he was expecting aggression out of ClassicMetal, but it looks like ClassicMetal is actually going to go for a longer game this time. And he's ahead in economy of Deadbones. Deadbones only just got that secret base, and he hasn't got any farms on it whatsoever.
Alright, so we'll see. ClassicMetal's going to have to survive Deadbones' first attack if he wants to reap the benefits of all these farms that he's putting down. That Fox Warren just finished right now, and 180 food got spent, so that Fox is building. Deadbones continuing to place lots of mines around. Is he going to scout it? He is scout the space right now, and he sees the tier 3.
Okay, so that gives Deadbones a good read, and Deadbones is moving his units out right now. He's going to move them to the south of ClassicMetal's base. ClassicMetal is going to struggle to defend this. Looking at army value, Deadbones has a much larger army, and he's caught ClassicMetal off guard.
Alright, here we go. Fight going down. One Falcon getting caught out in the front here. Skunk Fog going down, and it looks like, surprisingly, ClassicMetal is holding his own here. Only 1 Falcon left, but all of ClassicMetal's units getting taken down. These squirrels desperately trying to fend off this attack. The Fox is in, though. The Fox has come out, taking out that last Falcon. And ClassicMetal surviving that with 10 farms now. He had 14, but we just hit that 5-minute mark, so the first 4 farms just farmed out. Deadbones now down to 6. So surprisingly, ClassicMetal in a very good spot right now.
Wow, and Deadbones has put so much value into these Falcons. He's now going to try and build a Fox of his own. So it's going to be really late. And if ClassicMetal just builds more squirrels like he is doing right now, that's going to be even better against the Falcons, let alone having this Fox on the field.
Oh, protect the
Micro
Fox.
it carefully, though.
Fox down to a quarter health. Getting very dangerously close there. His army is sitting out front. And Deadbones with his own tier 3 out now. It has not started building it. Oh, no, he sold it. Okay.
Oh, no, he still hasn't got the Warren built. That's still not done, so it's going to be a long time until that's ready. I think Deadbones is confident that he could probably out-micro ClassicMetal in Fox v Fox, which is probably accurate. But if ClassicMetal just makes the most of this, he can push in now and get a lot of value out. And Deadbones is pushing out on the map right now. ClassicMetal could win a 1v1 fight with his Fox and army.
Oh, that Fox is so low on health. It might get caught out here by these Falcons here. Just barely, but it's running into more mines. There it goes. Down goes the Fox from ClassicMetal, the big secret weapon. Deadbones now running in with 4 Falcons and a contingent of squirrels. There we go. Units meeting on the road. ClassicMetal not letting his units go, and those Falcons getting a full salvo off. ClassicMetal's army is cut in half here. They're trying to catch those Falcons. 1 Falcon does go down. 2 Falcons do go down as they're retreating. Deadbones Fox is up now. This is going to change this battle.
But ClassicMetal has a lot of tier 1s. He's got 24 squirrels on the field.
And
That's not going to be too good.
He's got 4 times the food, and now Deadbones is starving. So ClassicMetal is going to have reinforcements all day long. Deadbones just has this Fox left. He's got to make the most of it, and he's only got 50 seconds left to build a farm, or he's going to starve out. Somehow, ClassicMetal has pulled himself back into this game through superior economy.
He can just push in and take that windmill right now. He doesn't even need to worry about that Fox. That Fox will take down his squirrels way too slowly.
And he's got his own Fox out back. ClassicMetal.
He needs to make the most of this right now before Deadbones builds a windmill. He needs to build a windmill and then build the farm.
Or go in. I mean, Deadbones only has 1 base left. ClassicMetal can end this game right now. Forget about the Fox that's taking out Warrens in the east.
Oh, no.
No, ClassicMetal, don't take the bait.
But he has the road. He does have the road. He
can
catch him up. He can kill it.
There we go. That Fox is down.
There you go.
And starving. So ClassicMetal, on the edge of my seat, taking 1 game. His first game in this set.
Right at the 5-minute mark, you can see on the army value graph, that's when Deadbones pushed in against ClassicMetal, but ClassicMetal was behind those Warrens, and that allowed those squirrels to be up for long enough to take out all those Falcons, and then the Fox came swooping in. That was the turning point for ClassicMetal there, where his greedy plays actually paid off, and Deadbones went in, didn't have a good fight, and ClassicMetal took it from there.
All right, well, the
That was good stuff.
Score is now 2-1 in favor of Deadbones. Deadbones, of course, being green quartermaster in this scenario. Let's see if ClassicMetal can keep doing this. He has to win 2 more matches if he wants to get out of these semifinals and into the grand finals. That was absurd.
ClassicMetal,
yeah.
Pretty confident in the same build, and I wouldn't blame him because he did very well there. But Deadbones is going to know what he's up to if he tries to go for the same thing. So he ought to be careful. Building that mass of squirrels was the exact right play he actually wanted to do there. Those Falcons just can't stand up to the raw value from the squirrels. They build really fast. They have good stats. Just in terms of raw stats compared to the Falcons, they're just better. So that's what he needed. And along with the Fox, that just completely shut down that Falcon play. Building all those Falcons was a massive misread from Deadbones, though, I think. It would have been great against the Skunks, but not so much against the massive squirrels.
Yeah, once those squirrels came out, and once the Fox came out especially, I think Deadbones should have just sold them, gotten that value back, put them into something else. But here we go. Yeah.
Game 4 of this semi-finals match. ClassicMetal to the east in the blue, Deadbones to the south in the green. Deadbones going to be going with moles this time.
Here we go. We'll see. Do you think Deadbones will end this with a mole rush?
That would be pretty brutal.
Oh no.
I hope so. He hasn't got. He is building. He's on the behind. He's building moles.
He's building moles.
ClassicMetal immediately sees this, so ClassicMetal is going to drop that MG nest, but that's going to be. Is it going to be in time? I don't even know.
Yeah, that mole's going to come out, and of course, moles have extended damage against that machine gun turret.
That's not good.
Down goes the machine gun turret. Another mole building. The pigs are going to be able to take out one mole. We'll see that machine gun turret is building in the meantime. That mole picking away at it. And those toads, or those pigs are just kind of picking away.
He's just going to go over to the other corner with the lone pig. So Deadbones is going to get a lot of value out of this.
All right.
I mean, it is 2 moles for 2 pigs, and he still is on 4 farms, but now ClassicMetal's down to 3 farms. ClassicMetal does have a war on squirrels up, though, so Deadbones really can't get away with this. Oh, he sold the mole. Okay, good value.
Deadbones has sold the mole, which means that ClassicMetal is going to sell that machine gun turret, try and get back into this game here. Deadbones on 4 farms, ClassicMetal on 3. That was a lot of food for Deadbones to spend, though. That was maybe 4 or 5
moles. He did
moles.
that last mole, though. Yeah. So he did get a lot of value out of that. He took down a lot of ClassicMetal's pigs. So ClassicMetal was actually farming less than Deadbones throughout a little bit of that. So he did come out a little bit ahead. We'll see how it plays out. He has a little bit of an advantage here, and now ClassicMetal has no units to defend, and Deadbones just bringing in his mole and squirrel across this road.
Yeah,
which is just making it much faster, and he's going to take out another pig.
Yeah, for some reason, ClassicMetal canceled the warren that he had down. Maybe it was toads that he built. That machine gun turret is up, and it's just barely in range of those units. Able to take out, very lucky, able to take out a mole and a squirrel just in time.
That's so far behind, though. Look at his farms now. He's still on 4. This is 2 minutes into the game, and he hasn't built any other farms. They've all been taken out.
And Deadbone's about to be up at 8. He has all 8 farms ready to build. They're building right now.
So Deadbone's just going to chill out right now. He knows he's got the lead. He doesn't need to be aggressive any longer. Now ClassicMetal's going to be very panicked. He's not going to be selling that warren. He's going to have to keep it. And he hasn't got enough food to really produce much. So this is all that he's going to be coming out with. Deadbone's just going to build another mole. Probably just go for another squirrel mole push.
ClassicMetal losing his commander, not a huge deal. Commander will come back alive in 7 seconds. And be a problem to lose control of your army. Deadbone's going to start building up his mole army in the corner there, where ClassicMetal has not scouted. Deadbone's up to 4, Squirrel's going to go up to 6, and ClassicMetal just put down that warren. It's just about to finish right now, putting down another one of toads. That's going to help out. Will he get up in time, though?
With this little bit of high ground, if Deadbones isn't careful, these toads could catch him off guard. But I don't even know if they're going to come up in time. Deadbones just has a massive army right now. Look at it.
That's a lot of
4 moles
units
on the way, 6 squirrels.
Oh no, and down goes the machine gun before it even starts building. Taking out 2 warrens already, no units left for ClassicMetal, and unfortunately, 6 squirrels and 2 moles are going to be able to take down ClassicMetal's base, so a disappointing way to end this, losing that last warren, unfortunately. Machine gun turret is going up. We'll see if it gets up in time, but at this point, with only 3 farms left, and Deadbones all the way up at 8, no, it does go down.
It seals the deal, yeah. ClassicMetal just didn't seem to know how to deal with that mole rush. He placed the MG nest, but it was in a really awkward spot. It didn't cover it, and the moles can easily take that out. That's GG. That's Deadbones heading into the Grand Finals match.
Yeah, so congratulations to Deadbones moving into the Grand Finals, defeating ClassicMetal. Final score is 3-1. Let's take this back to our analysis desk